Hi there, welcome to the Ecofina Financial Channel. My name is Philip, and I will be taking you through something very important in the economy today. Remember to click the subscribe button so that you can get regular updates from this channel. What we do is that we share insights on the economy, we share financial insights as well, just to help you understand what is happening and be able to interpret them, use them to improve your individual investments or your businesses. So today our focus is on the Central Bank of Nigeria's new FX policy, which is called the RT200. In full, RT200 means road to $200 billion in FX. So in this video, we'll give you a brief introduction to what RT200 is, how the rebate system that the CBN has introduced, how it is going to work, and then we'll talk about who is eligible, and then we'll talk about the how to apply for these rebates. As to what the RT200 is, it is actually a repatriation scheme aimed at raising $200 billion in FX in the next 3 to 5 years. We did an earlier video on that, and you can check that in the link which we share just to understand the basic things about the RT200. But in essence, it is designed to boost non-oil FX proceeds. Nigeria's FX challenges is well documented, and the fact that almost 90% of Nigeria's foreign exchange earnings comes from oil has become, a serious issue, which is why the central bank is trying to improve what the earnings are from non-oil exports. So that's what the RT200 really is. So the CBN has announced, how it's going to work, and they've introduced a rebate system, which is similar to the Naira for Dollar scheme. In the Naira for Dollar scheme, the Central Bank Nigeria has been paying 5 Naira for every dollar brought into Nigeria via diaspora remittance. But in this case, it's similar in terms of the operations. It's just that it's targeted at a different set of people. So in this rebate scheme, the CBN is going to pay 65 Naira for every dollar for non-oil proceeds, which is brought into the country and then sold to authorized dealer banks in the importers and exporters window. So for third party use. Now, what this means is that if a company brings in funds and sells it at that official window, the importers and exporters window, and sells to another party, not themselves, and then they will get 65 Naira for every dollar. But if the company was just selling to itself, really, and then it will be 35 Naira for every dollar. But even if the company is selling to itself, the CBN has insisted that the spread on what they get should not be more than 10 kobo. And that's the way it is. So the Central Bank of Nigeria will then make a quarterly payment, which means that whatever happens within the quarter, the Central Bank of Nigeria will collect everything and then make these payments to eligible exporters. So who are these eligible exporters? How can you be eligible to participate in this? Now, you must be an exporter of finished or semi-finished goods. What this means is that the CBN is not going to pay for um, any export done in its raw form. The goods must have been processed a bit. So it's been fully processed or semi-processed. So that's the first category of people who can apply. And then you have also those who are exporting goods and services. Now, this includes those who are exporting information technology and also other creative businesses. So those are also part of the list the CBN has drawn up. But I think we need more clarification on how that in particular is going to work, because the Central Bank of Nigeria expects that the electronic Nigerian Export Profits Form, called the Form ENXP, must be completed for every export as it is now, anyone who wants to export knows that they have to fill the form ENXP. And now, how is it going to work for those who are in the IT and creative businesses who are also exporting their services? I really don't know how that is going to work. Probably there will be more clarification on that as time goes on. But uh, they are also eligible to apply. But the other things that are important is that the ENXP, like we said, must be completed before the export is done. And then the company must be registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. I think that's basic for any company who is looking to operate in Nigeria. You need to register with the Corporate Affairs Commission. And then the proceeds itself must be sold in the importers and exporters window. Applying for the rebate, if you have to apply for the rebate, a submission must be made to the bank where the Form NXP was opened, or rather was established. And there must be a written request by the exporter, okay, of course, saying that they've exported and they brought in funds, and then they then apply for the rebate. The application form, of course, designed by the Central Bank of Nigeria, will be made available to everyone. And then, of course, the foreign exchange manual, which has always been what every exporter looks into as to the requirements for exports, is also available for anyone who wants to use that. You need to consult that to be sure that it's in order. And then there must be evidence of repatriation, what is normally called certification of the NXP. After bringing in funds, there is a letter which closes out the transaction with the Central Bank of Nigeria, which must be written by the deposit money banks. So after all this is done, everyone really can access these rebates which the Central Bank of Nigeria has made available. So that's it. If you need more clarification, you can let us know in the comment section. If there's anything you need us to explain further, or if there are other questions, we will also be taking that. But remember to like this video, share it so that this channel can also grow. And we'll be back with you next time. See you then.